Africa cannot succeed until the coconuts are dead. I mean, that was the realization that the Mau Mau had. They realized that there's no way we're getting independence with these brainwashed people, with these coconuts, with the sellout people. There's no way. There's no way. They are the enemy. They are always the enemy. So who are the coconuts? And so that's my realization, that we are going nowhere as long as the coconuts are in total control over Kenya. And when I say total control, I mean total control. We're not just talking about political control. We're also talking about economic control and cultural control. Who controls the culture? Who determines the film that comes on TV? Who makes that decision? That's the enemy right there. That is the enemy. Who writes the newspaper articles? That's the enemy. What are they saying in the newspaper articles? What are they pushing the culture to do? That's the enemy. Until you attack and replace that class of people, the country is going nowhere. Majority of you will remain in the slum. You can pray all you want. You can do anything you want, but you will never leave that slum. You can start a business after business. You start it, it fails tomorrow. Why does it fail? It fails because there isn't sufficient market. Why isn't there sufficient market? Because millions of people are living in slums. They're cut off from having any capacity to make any kind of purchase. And so whatever business you start, you really struggle. Can you imagine for 5 seconds? Can you imagine? Can you imagine for 5 seconds if every single person in every slum was suddenly to have a monthly wage of 50,000? I want you to think, everyone in Kibera right now, everyone in Korogosho right now, that the minimum amount they're making per month, whatever activity they're doing, the minimum is 50K. Can you imagine how your business would explode? Having an additional 2 million people with money to spend. Can you imagine how your business would just explode like crazy? You open a restaurant, the lines are going around and around, and you cannot feed all of them. It's too many of them, and they all have money to buy from you. Can you imagine how fast the businesses would explode? You have to deal with the issue of poverty. You must empower the extreme poor people. How do you empower them? How do I get you to that 50K? The way I get you to that 50K is by putting you in a factory, manufacturing all these normal things that you normally buy. And I really don't care about the quality. At this time, we're not talking about quality. We're just talking about giving people a wage. That's all we are talking about. And that's what I'm proposing to do. That's what I'm saying. So the people who control the culture, they will never say that. Never. Not in 100 years, not in 200 years. They will never tell you it's time for you to stop buying those shoes from China. It's time for you to stop buying those mtumba. It's their job to sensitize you as a population as to the suicide of your choices. You're committing suicide. Every single time you make a purchase of a mtumba, you just committed suicide. But they will never tell you that. That's why I'm telling you, unless and until we destroy this class of people that I call coconuts, the country cannot go anywhere. It is impossible. You have to destroy them. Because you cannot talk to them, you cannot reason with them, you cannot have any kind of conversation with them. Yet they're in control. How do you deal with whoever makes the decisions in the newspapers to start pushing for industrialization? Just start pushing every single day, have an article talking to people, telling, buy shoes from your local tailor. Don't question the quality. It's okay. Buy for now until they can improve the quality. Support them now. We need them to push that in the newspaper. We need them to push that on the TV. We need them to push that in government. We need them to push that in parliament. But they will not. They will never push that agenda. Why? Because they must be given instructions by Mzungu. Mzungu has to tell them, okay, now do this, do that. So what is Mzungu telling them to do? Mzungu is telling them, do this, push homosexuality. That's what you push, and that's the garbage they're pushing. Mzungu is telling them, push, I don't know climate change. What does that have to do with us? And I don't know global warming. What does that have to do with us? So they do exactly what they are told by Mzungu because they are coconuts. And so we can never make any kind of reasonable progress. We can never make any reasonable progress. Never, ever, ever. Because of the coconuts. You have to eliminate this class of people. There is no other way. But the problem is, majority of you as a population, you vote for this class of people. And they're destroying us. And anytime someone tries to talk to you and tell you, look, they are literally destroying your life. When they pursue these things that they are told by Mzungu, they are literally destroying you. You won't listen. So that the situation is hopeless. People always say, oh, there's hope in Africa. I'm like, I really don't think there's hope in Africa. I don't see how you can say there's hope in Africa. Where is the hope? You keep on voting for these coconuts over and over and over again. And all I'm saying, push for industrialization. That should be at the central priority. That is what the message should be. Should be beat in every person every day. Buy shoes from your local tailor. Buy clothes from your local tailor. Go to the supermarket. Demand that they stock things that are made in Kenya. Make that demand. Sue them. Pressure them. Do everything in your power. Do everything in your power to push for that agenda. That's what you're supposed to do. Forget about all these stupid agendas the Mzungu has. Who cares what they have to say? Why are you listening to them? Why do you care what they have to say? Your agenda is to fight poverty. If every single person today went and said, you know what, the next time I'm buying shoes, I swear I will look for a local tailor, I will buy from that local tailor. Imagine if 42 million of you made that decision. Those are 42 million pairs of shoes that will be sold by local tailors. Just like that, you'll get someone out of poverty. But you won't do it. See, someone has to hold a gun to your head. But you won't do it. Until the day someone holds a gun to your head. It's because we can't reason. See, I can't sit down here and we talk like grown-ups. Let us resolve this issue. No. Until the day someone holds a gun to your head. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm trying to gain power. So that I can be the guy who's holding the gun to your head and forcing you to do the right thing. Because we cannot have any kind of mature discussion. And we cannot continue with this level of poverty. Like, that is not acceptable. Right? That in this day and age, people are living in slums. This day and age, people are literally living inside slums. What is that? Or whole families living in one room. All of you should be ashamed of yourself living in such a country. That is an emergency. That's the pandemic, isn't it? That is the pandemic of extreme and absolute poverty. But you're not discussing it. Why? Because Mzungu told you to pursue other things. Now the question I always ask, is always the same thing. What is it about you that makes it so easy for you to be influenced by a foreigner? A foreigner to come here and give you a speech on something that has nothing to do with you. And you immediately fall into line. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're a grown man. Why are you so easy to control? You're pursuing agendas to global warming. For who? We are Africans. Since when are we afraid of the sun? The absolute priority right now in this country as we speak is the fight against poverty. That is the only priority that we have, to get everyone out of the slum. Everyone out of the slum. That is the number one priority. That's what we are supposed to be talking about every single day. But you get distracted by all sorts of unhelpful and useless things. It's a shame. It's an absolute shame. So the coconuts will destroy Kenya. The coconuts have been destroying Kenya for ever since, from the 1920s. Right? To this day, the coconuts are still destroying Kenya. To this day, they're still destroying Kenya. And you allow them to destroy Kenya. Look at the distractions. Look at the garbage that they flooded the TV with. Irrelevant rubbish that has nothing to do with us. Never ever discussing the real problems that we face. And you guys keep on voting for them. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Kenya's time has come. Our time has come. Your time has come. A time to succeed and not fail. A time to grow wealth and not poverty. A time to go up and not down. It's time for you to stop walking and drive your car. Stop renting and buy yourself a house. It's your time to get blessed. Join the CCV movement, and together let us kick poverty and unemployment out of Kenya. Become a member today. Donate what you can. And remember that the CCV is the only political organization in Kenya that is squarely built upon Christian values, unlike the rest. We'll see you next time. Thank you.